what is your opinion on crypto? Like not the assholes that abuse it or
Sure.
whatever. Like
Yeah, sure.
crypto as a whole, what do you think
Yeah.
about it? Because I
So
use it every once in a while for different things, but like not exclusive. I don't mind it. I don't do anything like I don't dig in deep in crypto bro shit. I just use it for this and that.
For making
What
money.
do you think?
so back when it was young, when it was new, I actually mined some Bitcoin.
Back when I was a wee lad. That's what he should have said. Back when I was a wee lad, me and my brothers, we have fought through all the things. Well, my
So back in the
accent
day,
dropped,
I
but you
had
get
some
what I mean.
basic miners that were little USB miners because I was like, wow, this is kind of an interesting little community of people who are pushing processing power to its limit. It's kind of a hardware culture. It wasn't a cryptocurrency. It was more like an oddity, right? It was kind of interesting and cool. And now it has turned into something that's just disgusting, honestly. It's turned into something where people scam each other all the time. It's turned into like weird, horrible raids of bullshit on the internet. And it's also turned into like weird shit in video games, where for a little while there, everyone was like, I'm adding crypto to my game. And I was like, what does that mean? And they're like, I'm going to do blockchain for all the items. Well, something that's really interesting about blockchain is that it's a ledger. It's an immutable ledger, which means you cannot edit that shit. So imagine you're playing World of Warcraft and you get all your gold stolen from your account. In a traditional database, the GMs can go back in and reverse that and give you all your items and gold back. In a ledger system like blockchain, your shit's gone
That's
permanently and
permanent. Yep.
no one can do anything for you and it's just eat it, kid.
Yeah, and I think that's why I don't really go into NFT games because I'm honestly afraid of security, even when we don't got blockchain. So why the fuck would I do security when, there's no governance on blockchain? And, financially, I think we have a good handle on the finance part to a certain extent. I wouldn't go on any decentralized exchange and kind of like trust it as much as like a Coinbase or Robinhood. But if you're into ownership and just making sure that, you're the head of what you have in your portfolio, then the finance niche could be kind of scary as the gaming niche as well. Because, we have a whole bunch of websites, whole bunch of long ass codes, and if you fuck up, you will get hacked. Like you will lose your secret keys and all them keys, and it may not be as easy to get it back as you think. Like I think financially, I don't know. Actually, you might not be able to get that shit back, and I think right now it's disgusting. Early on, when I had invested in Bitcoin, it was disgusting too. Like I just kept trying to find a way to buy Bitcoin, get it on my wallet, buy Bitcoin, get it on my wallet. It was just a bunch of scammers who just knew like the experience level of a lot of people in this niche was low, but I never got to experience the auditing phase of it, and that would have been cool because I genuinely want to learn how to mine, how to have my own kind of like mining farm and stuff like that, how to operate and understand like tokenomics and shit. That shit kind of cool to me, like on the finance level.
Kid. Like, so it's super weird to watch all of these companies want to reinvent the wheel as a triangle and then be like, it's better somehow. And like, I hate that direction. It's disgusting and dumb. And like, it has no place in games, man. It just
Here's a
doesn't.
question: are there any places in game for it? Like any?
I don't
Like
think so.
let's take like no, not at all. You
No,
think?
I don't
Wow.
believe so.
Okay.
I think the only time that you ever see this currently in games, ever, is
Okay.
when people are trying to do like land ownership in games, and that's just a
Mm-hmm.
scam. When you're trying to see it for like ownership over items, they're like you truly own it because it's on the blockchain, but in reality, it's just a shittily maintained database where they can't reverse anything on it. Like none of this is good. Just use a traditional database. They're like, oh, you truly own your items, and you can have a connection between Minecraft and Diablo 4. And it's like, no, dude, we can do that with a normal database. We call them license keys. We've been doing this shit for decades. Like, you don't need blockchain to pull this off. In fact, it's harder to do that way and
With
worse to
blockchain,
maintain. There's
yeah.
no reason for that whatsoever. And I hate it. It makes no sense. You know what a ledger is really good for? When you want to have a distributed network of something being recorded that no one can delete or edit or modify.
I
You know
was
what it's
kind of
really
hoping you
good
were going
for?
to scream nothing.
No,
Not
it's
gonna
good for
lie.
some
Just
things. You know what it's actually really good for? Imagine Port Authority recording all of the incoming Port Authority actions, all the things that have gone in at a port, and you don't want that to ever be deleted, and it's distributed. And now everybody has a record of it, and no one can edit that or modify it. That is a fantastic use for something like blockchain.
That's a great way to put it. Blockchain seems to be more on the logistics and distribution side of things, because every even the food niche, right? The food niche would benefit from blockchain. They could see how much competition is purchasing this for, or they can see where like where they are with their supplies and stuff, where they're getting their supplies from, when it's coming. They can have like an overall logistical look at everything that's going on private to them, but kind of have it all in a network. And it doesn't have to be like for one food business, it could be for the food industry. That could be like a new standard where you distribute things that's going on. And in that way, they stay informed or they stay up to date with stuff that they need to stay up to date with. That's like that's like a great use case for what, yeah, that is a great use case. But I think that blockchain is reaching its peak, but I don't know when it'll peak really, really, because we still have a lot of gimmicky things and we're trying to implement it in gimmicky ways. Like even still
Yeah.
till this day, I don't know how blockchain like I don't
What
know
is
how
your opinion?
blockchain is gonna hold up in a lot of different industries. Because it just like maybe AI. I always said AI and blockchain could work because at least you could see all the like the data that's being learned or the thought process. Like if you can track what it's thinking, maybe that could be like a security measure for AI to like detect, oh shit, this motherfucker is wildin'. Yo, he thought about killing someone. We gotta go in and see why he thought about that. And then we kind of get like a screen view of what AI is thinking. So if he wanna crash out, at least we could hit the red button, right? And we will lose people, but at least we could hit a red button and tell him like, yo, the AI was malfunctioning. The blockchain network, it was on the ledger. We seen what it was saying. Can't delete it. So the AI can't hack it. Now, if the AI hacks it, or if the AI breaches the system, that's where blockchain itself becomes better because you can't, there's nothing you can do on a node. Like all, remember how he said license keys and all of those things that games have that you can kind of like transfer over, or it's immutable. So like it makes blockchain irrelevant for gaming. When it comes to things like AI, if you have a database, you can make the database look like nothing happened. But if you have a blockchain, it's very hard to make it look like nothing happened because nothing, it's like not that nothing stops, but nodes always communicate with each other. It's peer to peer. So if the AI does something, you best believe someone is going to know, regardless of what you think. But let me know what you guys think in terms of blockchain and the use cases it has. Let me know if you think that it has any use cases. Well, let me know what your opinions are below. Nonetheless, we're gonna go in the comment section. We're gonna let them know that we hit. And I'll see you later.